Hi, friends. So here's an interesting concept. The way others treat us teaches us how to treat them. More so as if they're giving us permission on how to treat them. And this was an interesting thing that came up just in the last few days is I found myself being unnecessarily mean to certain family members. And I couldn't understand why. Afterwards, I felt quite sad about the way I'd been behaving, and of course being very tough on myself. And then I realized, during that conversation, well, they were not particularly being extremely kind or supportive to myself. And if I examined our relationship, I noticed, they had very often been quite mean to me in the past, continued to be mean and say sort of very derogatory things, and then slide it off. And I guess our pattern was such with the many years of having a relationship together, managing that relationship, is often I would just let it slide. They would let it slide. And this process of meanness became sort of a permission we gave each other. So it's interesting, even though we know we want to be people who are kind and caring and supportive, our almost automatic behavior jumps in when old patterns come into play. This got me thinking, how about I recognize I'm mean to certain people, not because I am a mean person. Sometimes I'll tell myself that, well, I was just so mean to that person. I have this tendency to be mean to people. It's not really true. I'm trying very hard and working very hard, doing lots of different things to be kinder, to feel kinder, to be more supportive of parts of myself and others. So how about that reminder that perhaps the reason I am being mean to them is because they're not particularly supporting me. And also that somewhere in the past, they gave me permission to be mean to them because they were mean to me. So what if I was to examine not so much, the pattern or the permission, but what if I was to examine how is it that I want to treat other people? Doesn't matter what pattern we have, doesn't matter what relationship we have, it doesn't matter what sort of conscious permission we've given each other, or what we've learned from this person, from their behavior towards us. What if anytime this person's around us and we have to interact with them and they're either being mean or they're not, what if I myself made a pact with me that I will not behave in a mean way, only because that's not the way I want to behave towards anybody. And that's something I'm working very hard towards. So breaking that cycle, breaking that pattern, breaking that rule that they gave me permission, and going back to a more innate sense of this is who I want to be, this is how I want to behave, this is how I want to treat them. And if their behavior is particularly mean, I don't have to stay in that space, especially don't have to stay in that space and be mean to them. Food for thought. Definitely food for thought for the holidays. Have a good one.